What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 47 of our Cincinnati Bengals franchise, and in today's episode we are going to be doing a lot of stuff, so hold on to your butts because it's going to get fun. It's going to get cray-cray. We're going to be signing some players here. $42.5 million for our signing bonus and our available cash, and you know what? Got to go after our man here, right? Carl Lawson. He's our big get. He's a guy that we absolutely need. He's 25 years old. Playing that right end spot, we need a solid defensive player coming up in the pipeline, so to speak, right? AJ Green, we can kind of hold off on AJ Green a little bit. Now, keep in mind, we got $42 million. We cannot get everybody, right? If you decided to go after Carl Lawson, you nab him here, and if you get Green and Perfect, that together in itself is going to be over $40 million right there. The next guy on my list would be Joe Mixon. Okay, so I'm probably going to wait AJ Green out a little bit longer, just kind of like we did last season. I know what he can do for the offense. I know that once we've had him in the offense has taken a huge leap. But we really need that running back. We really need Joe Mixon. He's starting to really come into his own here, 24 years old and an 84 overall. It just really is starting to come together for Joe Mixon, so we got to nab Mr. Mixon. As for Vontaze Burfict, I don't know. I'm on the fence with Vontaze. See, here's the deal. If we decide to go after Carl Lawson at 20 mil, we go after Vontaze Burfict and Joe Mixon, you could get all three of those players. The only problem being is that would probably get you to your 42.5. AJ Green is left out, right? That means Sean Williams is left out, which I'm not too concerned about. Sean Williams can be left out, that's fine. Jordan Willis would be left out. John Ross would be left out. So Andy Dalton would be left out. So we got a couple things here that kind of suck, right? We got a situation here with our cash flow, with our money that's available. It kind of sucks. But we got to make the best of a kind of a sucky situation here, and we got to get Carl Lawson here and sign back with us, guys. It's just a must-have. The guy has been an absolute beast for us in the last few seasons. It just makes total sense for me to do this. 95 finesse, 84 speed, 92 overall. This guy's going to be a player for years to come. He's going to be here with us until age 30. So let's go ahead. Let's offer this contract. Let's kind of bump this up just a little bit. Possibly some salary too. And let's see if he ends up taking this. If not, we can always renegotiate. So he does take it. It's a good offer. I'm glad we got this deal done. So boom. Carl Lawson is a Cincinnati Bengal for 5 more seasons. He ain't going nowhere, guys. He's going to be with us for a long, long time. So next up, let's go ahead and sign John Ross, player that I absolutely love to utilize. His 97 speed, 95 excel, 86 catching. Gotta utilize it, right? He's only asking for $8 million, right? So if that's the case, he's kind of cheap, right? He's kind of cheap, and then we can offer Joe Mixon the next contract as well. But John Ross is an offensive weapon that I like to use, and at an 81 overall, I know he's not AJ Green. He's never gonna be AJ Green, but if you can scheme it appropriately, if we have to lose AJ Green this season, then I mean, we've got Martavis Bryant signed for long term. We've got John Ross at the number 2 spot or the number 3 spot potentially. He's cheap enough that we can nab him right here. So let's go ahead and offer him this contract, see if he takes it. And there we go. So we got John Ross, and now we're going to go ahead and sign Joe Mixon. And then we're going to actually see, after we play against the Chargers, what all of this has done to the available funds. I'm pretty sure it's going to knock us down to about maybe $10 million, possibly single digits. But let's just keep going here. Let's offer that contract to Joe Mixon. Done deal. Perfect. So that means we've got AJ Green, Perfect, Sean Williams on the fence. Jordan Willis, a guy that I want to bring back. Andy Dalton, I do not. Everybody else here on this list, I'm not too interested in, other than just for depth reasons, right? So not too concerned about it, but I'm happy that we got some of our big 3 players, guys that are young. Lawson, 25, Mixon, 24, and John Ross, 25. So guys that are young, guys that are going to be here for a while, guys that I'm really excited about. Again, I really want to get Jordan Willis back, we'll have to see how this all plays out, what the effect is of those available funds. Because what I don't want to do, I don't want to be in a situation where, you know, we don't even have enough money for Jordan Willis, right? If we went ahead and right now signed AJ Green or Vontaze Burfict, that would hurt. That would hurt really bad. So let's go ahead and back out of here and get this gameplay going. Other than that, I don't really have much else to talk to you guys about before this game against the Chargers here. We got Nate Solder coming back this week, so he is eligible, and I think we are just going to go ahead and start him because right now, you know, we got Isaiah Prince and Bobby Hart potentially being that guy that fills in for Solder. I know that Prince had been kind of splitting some time with Bobby Hart. It's not going to do any better against Joey Bosa at that right end spot and Melvin Ingram if they switch. So it's going to be a struggle on that right side. It just is. It doesn't matter who's going to be up there. So we're going to have to run the football to the left. We're going to have to run it up the middle. We're going to have to really not try to roll out to the right. A lot of Andy Dalton fumbles that way. So we'll try to protect the football in this matchup and see how we do. So hopefully we get that W. All right, so I actually went ahead and I studied everything that I did for you guys as players. So I'm going to go through that right here and right now so you guys know exactly who is in and who's real. Well, I mean, none of these guys are real, but for those of you guys that want to know the custom recruits versus the CPU created recruits, we're going to go over that right now. So Lucian Laurent, Darrell Pottees, let's see, Nathan Kern. We've got at quarterback nobody else for quarterback, which was okay because I specifically said that I'm probably not taking a quarterback. We got Cameron Connor, who was a custom recruit. Anthony Piscotti was a custom recruit as well. And then we do not see another running back again because, like I said before, you guys are all like, he's already taken a running back and he's pretty set, so I'm not going to play for him. So that's how that worked. Wembley Smith the fourth, Gavin Pompey, Manny Darvish. So those are good players there. And it doesn't look like there's any other wide receivers. Tight end. I feel like Douglas Kirkland was a player that we had on there. Everybody else, no. Nobody on there. Left tackle, Lucas Henderson. Yes, that was one of our players. Craig McMarvin was one of our players. I do remember that name for sure. Left guard, David Anderson, I feel. Well, maybe. David Anderson. So much for studying, right? But I am going to show you guys this list one more time to let you guys know who's in and who is out. Again, everybody pretty much made the list. Everybody pretty much made the list and got into the draft class only because there weren't a ton, like you can create 400 players, guys. If I really wanted to, I could sit here and create 400 players, right? But that's a lot of work, and I got a lot of series to run. It just wasn't going to happen. Christian Squishy. Yep, that's a player. Let's look at right ends real quick. Nothing that pops out to me there. Paul Wilkerson at defensive tackle. Nothing else that pops out at me here again for defensive tackle. I feel like Lee Kilgore was a player. Tanner Sharp.
You're just in the car, man. It's like when you in the car, you just think about everything, man. Definitely when you by yourself.
Again, we're just scrolling through. Levi Craig, yes, that was a player. Samuel Heasley. Pierce Hinton was a player for the draft class. Nobuyuki Sonata was a player for the draft class. This is good. So, I mean, we kind of need some corners. So this is good that you guys wanted to be part of cornerback class. Free safeties. Nothing really popping out there. I don't remember much about that. Chris Frazier was a player. I do remember Chris Frazier. And that is it, I believe. So, again, just like last episode, I just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Let me know in the comment section if I did miss you, and if I missed your player, let me know who that was, and I can go back and look and see if I actually got him in. Because once we get to like the playoffs, and that's it. That's it, right? So, okay, let's get this game underway, guys. Chargers against the Cincinnati Bengals. All right, so the 4-4 Chargers taking on the 4-3 Cincinnati Bengals here at home in Paul Brown Stadium. 1 o'clock start. Finally, a normal game time for these Bengals, guys. We have been playing in so many primetime type of games, and honestly, it might be getting to the team a little bit. A lot of pressure, a lot of hype around these games centered around there. Andy Dalton had not been playing the greatest. Now he's starting to kind of pick it up a little bit, so we'll have to see how he's going to do here against this tenacious pass rush of the Chargers. Really good defense. They're an 83 overall in this season. So we are in 2020, I believe. 2020. We had this is year number 3. Yes, 2018, 2019, 2020. So we are in 2020. 83 overall team. They're kind of taking a little bit of a dip, though. Might be because of Phillip Rivers' regression as he's getting a little bit older. But we can see Dalton's numbers here. He's got about 100 incompletions. That's good for mid 60%. And we are just trying to get the run game going here really quick, right? Want to keep Bosa and Melvin Ingram on the defensive ends kind of off balance here. You guys can see Mixon last week, 18 rushes for 91 yards. Wanted to get him involved early. We got 2 read options in a row, and it led to a first down. Now I got a little play action rolling there to Tyler Kroft, going to get 3 yards. So it's keeping this defensive line honest. We had a screen pass there. Dalton misfired, threw it right into the line, trying to shoot for Joe Mixon, and honestly, he was wide open. We had blockers out in front for him. It was a perfect play call, just didn't get executed correctly. We see here on 3rd and 7 in zone coverage, and Derwin James going to hit Tyler Kroft big, but he's going to get the first down, so good throw by Dalton. And look at Dalton here scrambling to the right, going to toss it out to Mixon, and a little fake-out move there, a little juke move going to the sideline. Now Dalton 3 of 4 for 24 yards. We're sitting at 2nd and 4 right now. Here's Dalton with a pretty clean pocket. Good throw, nice and low up the middle. Kroft beats the linebacker for the first down catch. So Dalton he's coming through, guys, and this offensive line is really holding their own against this, like I said, tenacious pass rush for the Chargers here. We see that CJ Uzomah getting a nice little block here. Nice little design play to get that block after the ball was thrown by Tyler Kroft. So he's going to get 9. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And Joe Mixon is actually going to get the call here for a rush, and we just did not get enough push up the middle there on that line. Melvin Ingram coming up big time with the no-gain tackle, so we will have to settle for a field goal. Kind of a drive wasted in my opinion, but no points. Well, 3 points is better than no points in my opinion, so you take it, right? Against this Chargers team, you take it. So here's Phillip Rivers firing out to the right, and he's going to get Travis Benjamin for a big-time throw and first down at the 45-yard line, and Jesse Bates coming in big time, going to tackle Deonta Foreman for the -1 yard loss, and then William Jackson going to come on and tackle the other Jackson, Justin Jackson, out of Northwestern. So he's actually an interesting little prospect. I kind of like Justin Jackson in the future, well, his future for the Chargers. I mean, wherever he goes, wherever he decides to go, I think he's going to be pretty solid if he's given the chance. So really good play there by Carl Lawson, going to get in on the sack. He's going to have a heck of a game here. I will just tell you guys that right up front. So here's Mixon getting in on the toss play. He's now got 4 rushes for 41 yards, so he's averaging 10, a little bit over 10 yards per pop. So gotta love that. 3rd and 8. AJ Green in motion. We probably should have thrown to Ricky Ortiz, the fullback, because AJ was pretty much going to be a blocker once the ball was thrown. But, yeah, we're going to settle for having to punt the football back to the Chargers. But good hold on defense yet again for your Bengals here. And on 2nd and 2, look at Mixon rumble, guys. Bosa is going to have to come all the way from the defensive end spot to stop him from scoring a touchdown here and firing out the middle to John Ross, and he can't turn his head around in time. It's going to go incomplete, but you know what? Take your shots on first down, and then you kind of have 2 more downs to work it. So 2nd and 10. Dalton feeling a little bit of pressure here in the pocket, but does get a nice throw off to John Ross yet again. up the middle and deep for about a 20-yard gain. So Ross being utilized still, even though we did demote him to number 3 receiver. And look at the tip-toe catch down the sideline in the back of the end zone. The sideline of the back of the end zone by Martavis Bryant. Look at the touchdown. Nice. So it's 10-0 here as we enter the second quarter. We got about 9:55 here, and look at Rivers firing deep out to the right. And it's going to be picked off. Sean Williams is going to go. He's got blockers in front. Should have probably cut it to the left, and he would have been gone for a touchdown. Offensive linemen are the slowest guys. They're all the way back there. Would have been key for him to do that. The only man to miss would be Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers ended up catching him on the right side anyway. So interception Bengals, and now we get the football here, and Joe Mixon is at it yet again, just powering through this defense for the Chargers. He's already up over 120 yards right now, averaging 13.3 per play on 9 runs. So whatever the Bengals offensive line is doing right now, it is unbelievable. And we can see here, look at this, going to get dropped. Had the blocking out in front. Probably should have made a little bit better of a move, but a little bit better of a play. But look at Marvin Lewis here. On 3rd and goal at the 4, he elects to go for it and says, you know what? No more field goals. We don't want 13-0. We want 17-0. We want to be up 3 scores. Unreal. Unreal. So the Bengals score a touchdown yet again. So Mixon is in for the score. Deonta Foreman getting the call here for the Chargers. About 3:53 left to go here in the second quarter. He's now got 4 rushes for 15. Foreman is still in the backfield, and they're starting to utilize this guy, more of a power type of back. Justin Jackson, more of the elusive and the shifty guy. So Deonta Foreman going to get with a big gain. Going to pump him up to the 6-yard line, and then Rivers, trying to escape pressure, is going to get dropped by none other than the $1 million man, Carl Lawson. We just re-signed him. You guys saw us take care of business there and nab this 25-year-old who's going to be really, really good for us come the next 5 years. So big-time play there by Carl Lawson, and good defensive stop there. That's Aqib Talib stopping the receiver short. And check out Sean Williams. Another great defensive play by the Bengals. Sean Williams knocks that was a surefire touchdown, and Sean Williams bops the ball out of the receiver's hands, and it falls right into Jesse Bates' arms. Look at this. That was Justin Jackson yet again. I was just singing his praises, guys, and still comes up with another turnover that the Bengals defense does. Unreal. So we are absolutely dominating this football game right now against the team that gave us a loss, one of our 3 losses last season. So now we're kind of returning the favor here. 17-0, mid part of the third quarter, and Deonta Foreman is going to get dropped there by Vontaze Burfict. It's going to be 3rd and 13. Rivers, a little play action pass here. He even got added a little bit more of a drop on that play, about another 3 or 5 step drop. So Xavier Haney actually going to pick up the first down for the Chargers. He was one of our created prospects coming into this season. So he is a rookie already contributing. So he's going to pick up that big-time first down. And look at this play. Nice play by Malik Jefferson at about the 2-yard line. And we're going to drop Rivers to the 8. So on 3rd and goal, they're actually going to get pushed back even more so now after a false start penalty. So it's going to set him up on the 13. Another little play action. This looks like the same exact play, but look at, he's firing out to the left to Travis Benjamin again. And oh my goodness, actually that's Mike Williams, but oh my goodness, William Jackson reads the route and picks him off. The 3rd interception of the game for Phillip Rivers, guys. This Bengals defense can't be stopped right now. Cannot be stopped right now. The effect that Geno Atkins has on this defense, guys, when he was gone, our pass defense would get shredded. Our run defense would get shredded. And now it's like night and day. We got cornerbacks making great plays. We got Sean Williams making unbelievable plays. You guys can see here, looks like he had the interception, but he never got 2 feet in bounds, so it is going to be an incomplete pass. But they will move up to about the 11-yard line here. 3rd and 3, and Malik Jefferson gets that stop, so they will have to kick the field goal. It's now going to be 24-3. And in the fourth quarter, about 10 minutes left, trying to get John Ross on a slant. It's going to fall out of his hands, and it's going to be picked off on the deflection. So still 24-3 here. And on 2nd and 9, Carl Lawson going to get his 3rd sack on Phillip Rivers here. I told you guys he was in for a big game. Well, this is pretty much it. In the fourth quarter, he's going to start piling on some sacks here to that 2020 total. So, guys, what I was trying to talk about was that Geno Atkins' effect on this defense, guys. It's absolutely unreal. You guys remember early in the season when he was gone, our defense in both aspects, running defense, pass defense, was getting absolutely shredded. Well, now that he's back, this defense has been locked down. Tons of sacks, interceptions galore. May have to turn the sliders down a little bit to kind of get that realistic feel, but you can't take that away, guys. Geno Atkins is, once we've plugged him in, he has been a focal point for this defense, and a guy that's really helping us out here come 2020 in this stretch, in this big-time stretch for us. We can see here that the Chargers are still trying to fire deep and trying to get that touchdown. That was Xavier Haney yet again, trying to make a good play. The rookie, he's a really solid rookie, guys. He's going to have a really good pro career. He's a big guy. He's a deep threat. He can run. He can catch on the sideline. You guys just saw there, he almost made that catch for a touchdown. But back-to-back flags and a couple sacks here, it's going to get them to 4th and 30. 4th and 30. Now they're at 4th and 35, and instead of just saying, screw it, they're going to try to throw this football to get this first down. And look at this, another sack. Another sack, and this time it's Geno Atkins going to get in on that sack with 6:09 left to go. We get the football. Don't do anything with our possession. Going to kick it off here with about 3:20 left to go, and Carl Lawson gets his 15th sack of the season, guys. We're only in week 9. 8 more weeks to go. He's already got 15 sacks. Number 16 right here. He's got 5 sacks in the game. So you guys remember in the pregame I was talking about Joey Bosa and this tenacious defensive line? Well, Carl Lawson and this Bengals defensive line has been more tenacious, guys. We haven't given up a sack. Okay, the Bengals offensive line has not given up a single sack, and now we see the 17th sack by Carl Lawson. So you guys can see I'm actually using Lawson now to just kind of, take it easy on the CPU. Okay, so just so you know, I'm not cheesing the game up here. I am taking control of Lawson and just not allowing him to get another sack. So we see here on 4th and 22, Xavier Haney comes up with the biggest, perhaps the biggest play of the Chargers' day, and he gets the first down. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a huge play, right? They're up on the 6-yard line now. 2nd and goal, and we do get a flag on the play. About 51 seconds here. The game's pretty much in the bag. They're down 21 points. They're going to have to score 3 touchdowns in 51 seconds. It's not going to happen, guys. The Bengals are going to win this game. But I just wanted to show you some highlights here because Xavier Haney is having a pretty great game right now. Here's Rivers going to fire out to the right and looking for the tight end that looked like Hunter Henry. And they're gonna settle for a field goal. So they settle for a field goal, guys, and the Bengals are going to run this clock out, Kemi Martin. And the Bengals are going to win this football game, 24-6. So we beat them by 18 points. We hand the Chargers a loss, so now they're going to fall to 4-5, and we're going to move on to 5-3. We didn't even have to run. We didn't have to run any passing plays, guys. 124 passing yards. That's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. So it was mostly centered around the ground game and good defense. So you guys can see that we held the defense for the Chargers to 253 passing yards, 85 rushing yards. It was mainly the big thing here were the turnovers. Look at the time of possession, 29 minutes to 19 minutes. I mean, we didn't even hold the football. 12 of 21 for Dalton. Had that late interception. It was just off of John Ross's hands, so that's kind of John Ross's fault, if anything. Mixon with 1 reception, Martavis Bryant with 1 reception, Ross with 1 reception. AJ Green, 3 catches for 23. We just didn't have to utilize the passing game whatsoever. It was strictly defense and strictly running the football, and that's a good recipe for success. Carl Lawson, though, 6 sacks. Malik Jefferson with 1, McKinney with 1, interceptions, Williams, Jackson, and Bates. So I'll see you guys in the franchise screen. So the dude gets a contract extension, and then he goes absolutely nuts for 6 sacks, guys. Chargers had no answer for Carl Lawson, and now we get to upgrade him. Unreal. This guy is absolutely unreal. He's going to be a 93 overall right now. Let's just see what the dice roll gave us here. So we get a +1 in finesse, +1 in pursuit, and 2 in tackle, which means he's up to about a 96 in finesse. He should be. Actually, he's a 97. Absolutely unreal. The guy is just going to be balling out. He's the 3rd ranked defensive end in the National Football League. Guys, Carl Lawson is here to stay. He's going to be a Bengal for a long, long time. I'm happy to have him here. And if we can get more performances like that, I am going to change some sliders around because that was kind of a ridiculous performance. But I will be changing the sliders around for that for CPU pass rush or CPU defending on the pass rush and human pass rush as well. So we'll change that up and fix that up and make some changes. But you can see in the upper right hand corner, we are now at 2.5 million in available funds. We got our 3 players, and like we can see here, AJ Green is still on the board here for us to try to nab, and we need $10 more million in order to do that. Vontaze Burfict is asking for a 9.84 for signing bonus. Sean Williams is 6.3. Seems like the guy that we're probably going to get most likely is going to be Jordan Willis. Andy Dalton, again, you know, he's having a pretty solid season. We might be able to re-sign him and get him going here for another season, for only one more season, and that way we can get Tim Brady grooming in there for a little bit longer, see how that goes. But I do want to bring back AJ Green for one more season. He wants 3, and we'll have to see how this plays out, but I don't know if I can afford for 3 more years for a 30-plus-year-old. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and answer this media question. Always like talking to the media. At the midway point, your team is in a good spot. How far do you think this team can go? Well, I've noticed that when you respond with something that's very generic, they always seem to hit you pretty hard. So, like, well, it's a dangerous game, start looking ahead. You know, if you respond that way, they hit you really hard. So let's think big, honestly, because our defense is playing hot, our offense is coming through, Dalton's playing well. I believe we're showing it's a Super Bowl caliber team here. 1% popularity per win, -3% per loss. Unreal. So they hit you pretty hard for losing here in these games. All right, so let's go ahead and advance the week and see how much money that we got back for this game. And let's see what the rest of the NFL did in week number 9. Pretty good week, guys. We bumped up to about $6 million, right? We got up to 8.4 from 2.5. So pretty solid performance here by the fans coming out and supporting the team. So we got a decision to make. Is Bo Benshaw going to come back? Well, Taylor Posey, check his numbers out, guys. At left guard, he's been playing left guard. He's been playing really, really well. He has not allowed a single sack in the time that he has played. So while we're kind of in a bind here with left guard, we're starting a 66 overall player. He's been playing well, and there's really no reason to rush Bo Benshaw back. He's our future. He's a 75. He's a good player. Right, look at those numbers. Injury rating, stamina rating, strength goes down from 87 to a 73. Like, you got to start the backup. You got to play it safe here and go that route. So we're only playing the Colts. It's not a big deal. They don't really have that great of a pass rush, right? So against the Texans and the Cowboys and the Ravens, I don't want to risk Bo Benshaw being rushed back too early, right? We don't need any setbacks against those good defensive lines. So let's go ahead and see the weekly awards here and see who qualified. And of course, it's Carl Lawson, right? The guy went absolutely crazy. 6 sacks, 8 tackles. Devin White out of LSU, 7 tackles, 2 sacks. So he had a great game there. That actually might be, Deshaun White, a recruit or a college prospect that you guys created, was going to Denver. So that's where he went off to. So I'm going to get those 2 guys confused. I just know it. Okay, all right. So we are going to go into the Colts game next week. So on Sunday, I will see you guys then. But before I say my goodbyes here, let's go ahead and take a look at the AFC North standings now. Browns just keep on winning, guys. They're 5-1-2, and we stand in second place at 5-3. But it's not our division yet. It's not our division yet. The Browns are still winning games, guys. The Ravens are right behind us. The Steelers are right behind us at 4-4. A loss, and these two teams win, we find ourselves tied for third and tied for last, technically. So, or tied for second and tied for last. So, not a whole lot of room for error. We got to still keep winning some games here. I like our chances against the Colts, the Texans, Cowboys, Ravens. I don't know. Maybe not. But I do like that 3-game stretch here against the Colts, Texans, and Cowboys. 2 games on the road, 1 game at home. We'll have to see how we're going to do. But guys, leave a like if you like this thing. And if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that red button for subscribe or my logo in the bottom right-hand corner. And I will see you guys on Sunday for week number 10 against the Colts. As always, hooday and peace.